Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Sam Redgate-Large channel. And today we have Chelsea, we have Crystal Palace, and it is another live watch along. I know you guys have been enjoying these in recent weeks, and so we thought, why not? We'll give it another go. It is the opening day of the season, which is mental how quick that's come around when you think about it in terms of the Olympics, the Euros, everything's just kind of blurred into one at this current moment in time. And it's come around so quickly, and pre-season doesn't really feel like it's had a toll on anyone. But if you are new, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe. If you're watching on repeat, be sure to check out for the goal times. That's going to be interesting depending on how the game goes. And let us know, as always, what your score prediction is for today's game. Let us know in the comments section down below. We've just seen Manchester United do absolutely phenomenally against Leeds United, and I was very, very impressed with that Manchester United performance, and 5-1 was absolutely blowing them out of the water. Let me just sort out this camera slightly. If I can get this sorted a bit easier, should be a little bit better for me. I had it perfect when I was just setting it up, and now my head's being chopped off all the time. So we'll try and get it sorted. There we are. That looks a little bit better, doesn't it? That looks a little bit better. Let's see who's in the chat, and we'll dive into the we'll dive into the squads for today. So let's have a look. And if you haven't already, as it says on this massive banner where I've been able to write absolutely everything about today's game, be sure to go down into the description and find the FPL League link and join the Mason Mount Appreciation League. That is what you're here for, isn't it? Mason Mount Appreciation? I think so. So let's have a look and have a scroll through some of the comments. If I can use a trackpad on a computer is a completely different question. Oliver talking about Bruno fantasy points. Rafinha letting Oliver down as well. Fraser's in Liverpool as well. And Boo United, says Fraser. Exactly. And if you haven't already, guys, like I say here, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe. I'll keep you up to date with all the coverage going on across the Premier League today as well, across the Premier League. Shiar is going with 2-0 Chelsea. 2-0 Chelsea. And Cheese Toasty says, what's your score prediction? Well, that is a very, very good question. I'm going to go through the teams, Cheese Toasty, and then I'm going to come back and we'll talk about score predictions then. I think that's the fair way to do it, isn't it? I think that is quite fair, if you ask me. So what we'll do is we'll jump over onto SofaScore, and we can then have a look at the teams and we can decide, who we fancy for this game. And thank you for stopping by, Cheese Toasty. Let us know your score prediction. So here we go. Let me share my screen right now. Share screens. And then we can take dive into the lineups for today. There's been a few changes, especially to Chelsea. Well, I say a few changes, not to the team that was picked the other day. There's only a couple, but it's very unfamiliar if you haven't caught up with Chelsea over the Europa League or I say the Europa League. What do I mean? I don't mean the Europa League. I mean, my Google Chrome has crashed, so I'll carry on talking whilst that reloads itself. I mean over the UEFA Super Cup. That's what I mean. That is what I mean. And it has been a little bit changed. I'll give you a run through whilst my Google Chrome has crashed. I'll give you a run through of the squads as I can see them. They're on my screen, but Google Chrome has decided it's not playing ball this afternoon, and I'm not quite sure on why, which is a little bit disappointing. But the teams are as follows. We have Eduard Mendy starting in goal for Chelsea, with Trevor Chalobah, Andreas Christensen, and Antonio Rudiger starting as the three at the back. So I do believe there is one change there from the team that was victorious against Villarreal in the Super Cup, and that is Andreas Christensen coming in for Kurt Zouma. And then we have, like I say, Antonio Rudiger and Trevor Chalobah keeping their spots. Quite a lot of people they were impressed with Trevor Chalobah the other day, and I don't think it was a bad performance whatsoever. I think it was decent, if I'm honest with you. And to be fair, I think it was a decent performance, half decent. I got distracted then reading Charles' comments. I think it was half decent performance, good from a young lad's perspective, but you know, he needs to learn and grow now. I think he's the same age as Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham, so needs to learn, needs to grow. And Shah talking about Lukaku, he is officially signed. He just has to quarantine, and then he can play. I think there's still a quarantine period from people travelling from Italy to England, which of course makes sense. Just because you're a professional doesn't mean you are, by any stretch of the imagination, you're all of a sudden exempt from them. So there we are. Then the midfield is your typical 3-4-3 or your 5-3-3, I guess. Your 5-3-3. That's not the right amount of numbers. 5-2-3, if you will. So we've got Cesar Azpilicueta, Jorginho, Mateo Kovacic in that new number 8 shirt of his, Marcus Alonso as the midfield, or Alonso and Azpilicueta as the wing backs. And then we've got Christian Pulisic, Mason Mount and Timo Werner starting up front, with Kai Havertz dropping out. Havertz started in place of Mason Mount the other day. So it's a big game for Chelsea, and it's going to be a test for them. And they've got a team that they're coming up against that is in a new era, an era of transition. Me and Dan spoke about Crystal Palace at length. If you haven't seen the video from the other day where I go through my Premier League predictions, it's a bit more podcast style. So if you guys want to have a listen, maybe you've got a free whatever it may be, if you're playing a bit of FIFA, chuck it on in the background and you can listen to me and Dan Ben ramble on. Sam, your mic keeps going from low to high. I'm not really sure on that, Shah, but I also can't do anything on my Google Chrome at the moment because it's decided to crash. So I'm just dealing with it as I go. You can still see me, you can still hear me, which is the important part. Or at least it looks like you can still see me, and you can still hear me. Right, let me just sort that out. And then we'll have a run through the Crystal Palace squad. I'll try to get these on the screen, like I say, when my Google Chrome decides it's going to play ball today. Not sure what's going on. But Oliver is right. Shah, Lukaku is quarantined. So they've got Vincent Gaeta in goal. And then they've got Mark Gehi, who was just signed from Chelsea. I believe he's 22, 23, 24? I don't know. I can't remember now. He's been in that ranks of Chelsea for so long. I genuinely cannot remember how old Mark Gehi is, but he has been around at the likes of Derby County in the lower divisions for a substantial amount of time now, And unfortunately, he's not been able to get into the Chelsea team because of how strong it has been. But here he is starting as centre-back for Crystal Palace today, alongside Cheku Kouyaté, who's playing in a bit of an unfamiliar role. But there's also Jairo Riedewald, who's playing in midfield. So there could be, you look at the two of them, they could both end up featuring at some point at centre-half. That wouldn't be surprising. Wouldn't surprise me at all. And then we have Tyreek Mitchell starting, it looks like, in left-back, and Joe Ward on the right-hand side. You've then got, like I said, Jairo Riedewald, James MacArthur and Jeffrey Schlupp as the three in midfield, with Wilfred Zaha, Jean-Philippe Mateta and Jordan Ayew all starting up front. It's a different team. It's definitely a different setup to what we're used to seeing from Crystal Palace, and maybe it's a welcome setup change, but it doesn't... I mean, I don't know if there are any. I know Oliver is obviously a Crystal Palace fan. You can tell by his thing, but does this scream excitement to you, Oliver, and any other, fans? Does this scream excitement? And are you excited to see this Crystal Palace team under Patrick Viera? I think Patrick Viera is going to bring on some of these youngsters a bunch, and I think that is an honest opinion on that one. I think I think it's fair. He's one of the best midfielders to do it, and it should be good. It should be good. Right. It's saying that I need to close my my Google Chrome. So unfortunately, that does mean you're probably going to have to lose me for a couple of seconds whilst my Google Chrome reloads itself. I'll try and get that sorted as soon as possible. The one which is actually on my screen, which I'm streaming off, hasn't crashed, but the one which has Sofa Scores has. So I'm not quite sure. So you're going to lose me for a few seconds, but we'll be back on in a quick minute. So don't go anywhere, guys. Don't go anywhere. Right, I don't know how we've got two versions of me in here now, but I am back. Here we are. We're all sorted. We are all sorted. That should be sorted now. I think I've got everything sorted. We just need to find the place that I was streaming again, and then we'll get that sorted. Let me bring myself back down here so I can see everything. Here we are. That should be okay. Please let me know if there's any audio problems. I know Shah was talking earlier. Thoughts on Messi being number 30? I mean, it's nice of Neymar to, offer him the number 30 shirt, but that's all he really can do. It'll take some convincing, won't it, to take a friend's number. But, at the end of the day, it's the end of an era, and maybe he doesn't want the number 10 shirt himself. Maybe he thinks that Neymar's era at PSG is much more vital than him starting an era under the number 10 shirt. So who knows what will happen there. I think... as my Google Chrome is lagging. I don't know what is wrong with it today. I think it's respectable of Lionel Messi, to be fair, to say, actually, no, you're here first. You can have the number. You can have the number. Let me just turn the sound down on this. If I can get it sorted. There we are. Let's get the sound down, and we should be okay here. And we should be getting up and running sooner rather than later. I'm excited for the return of the Premier League, I must say. I know it's not been that long a summer because we've scored. We've had, is what I meant to say. We've had the Olympics, we've had the Euros. It's been a fantastic summer of sport and festivities, but it's always nice to get back into a weekly sort of basis. We're seeing all the football coming in here off everyone walking out. It seems weird having simultaneous 3 p.m. kickoffs. It's going to be nice for anyone who likes to put an accumulator on. It's going to be nice, isn't it? It's really going to be nice to be able to have that excitement, that drama as well. Not knowing that you've flunked it off the first game of the day. You never bet on an early kickoff, though. Anyone who put Leeds to get a win, I'm looking at Josh Wilkinson there, going to be very difficult. Me and my sister were screaming our heads off when they scored 4 goals in under 20 minutes. Yeah, Manchester United were fantastic this morning, and this afternoon. But, it shows a sign of intent from this Manchester United team. They are going to be one of the front runners this season, and we would assume so is this Chelsea side. And we're just seeing here Aston Villa walk out with Ashley Young, of course, back at Aston Villa. But they're also going to be a team. They're going to be pushing a long way up the table. You would expect them to be challenging that top half yet again. Maybe they can get there. Who knows? It's going to be an exciting season. Plenty of talent in both teams and all the teams. And it's going to be so exciting. I'm looking forward for today's stream. And if you do enjoy this stream, guys, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, try get us up to this magical goal we've got in the top. I'm going to say top right of the screen, but it's there. So it's my left. Of 400. If we can edge ever closer to that, be absolutely wonderful. I'm just glad that no one has Bruno as their captain in my league. And if you want to join my league, there is a link to the FPL there's a link to my FPL league, and you're more than welcome to join. It's just a bit of fun between some subscribers and some good friends of mine. So come on, join. I had him as vice captain. I am gutted. But if Mo Salah all of a sudden gets coronavirus this evening, I'm getting double points on Bruno Fernandes. That's one of those weird ones, isn't it? Sam, did you see that Jake Paul did a TikTok predicting the Premier League week 1? I did see something about it because it made me laugh as well because the interview called him Jack Paul, is what I believe the interviewer did call him right at the end, which must have put Jake Paul in his place somewhat, really, mustn't it? It must have put him in his place. But we're about to get underway here at Stamford Bridge for the first game of the Premier League. It's been a long time. It has been a very, very long time. And it seems like so long ago. So much has happened in terms of sport, in terms of action, since the Champions League final, where Chelsea obviously were victorious against Manchester City. Kai Havertz scoring a fantastic goal. Mason Mount getting the assist. So much has changed. We've got Romelu Lukaku looking to come in, and once his quarantine is done, it's going to be amazing. Shah says he's got Mount in his team. I also have Mason Mount in my team. I can't not put him in though, Shah, can I? I really cannot not put Mason Mount into the side. He is a phenomenal player. And last time, if we just to take a step back a little bit, last time Chelsea played Crystal Palace, it was streamed on this channel yet again, and it was, I believe it was 4-1 or 4-0, and it really was a fantastic game. Havertz showed up, Mason Mount showed up. It was like clockwork. Even Pulisic managed to bag himself a goal. Pulisic SZN says, where can we watch the game? You're going to have to get a stream for it, unfortunately, mate, if you want to watch it. And if not, I will keep you up to date with absolutely everything going on. And be sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe. When will the other competitions start again? I know Carabao Cup has started. The FA Cup usually starts in about January, December time for the Premier League teams. So just as we take the knee for Black Lives Matter and Jean-Philippe Mateta gets us underway, and the nerves are jangling. The nerves are jangling, aren't they? They actually are. I'm really nervous for this game. I'm hoping Chelsea get a good start to the season like Manchester United have. Hang on, let me move my other laptop out of the way so I can bring my drink a little bit closer. Just a glass of water for today's stream. A little bit early on, in my opinion, for an alcoholic beverage. Shah's really looking forward to the Champions League. I don't know when the Champions League starts. I think that will be, I'd imagine, because they're still going through the knockout process. I imagine the Champions League will be after the first international break, maybe October time, because they tend to, they'll then play for 6 weeks, won't they, and wrap it up before December, the group stages, that is, and then they'll move further forward. So I'm looking forward to the Champions League. We've got 4 teams in it this year. I think there's 5 teams from Spain in the Champions League, in the group stages anyway. It's going to be highly competitive. Obviously, we've got PSG, who look absolutely massive. They're going to be absolute giants of the European game this season. It's going to be some Champions League season, especially if we get the Chelsea that we did last season. We get the Manchester United that we saw earlier, and we know that can play, especially they played that well earlier without Rafa Varane. There was a couple of others missing, with Dan James, starting on that right-hand side, who's probably not going to start there. Sancho only got on for 20 minutes. Rashford's still injured. They're going to be wanting to at least get to the semi-finals. City want to go further, especially spending 100, maybe even 250 million on players this season. So it's going to be really exciting. I'm looking forward to the Champions League. And Shah's only hyped because we actually reached the Champions League this time. I mean, Shah, you made it last time, but you just got knocked out because you beat PSG and then got battered in the next leg. So that was United's problem, wasn't it, last time round? But it is exciting. And speaking of exciting, I was just about to have a drink there, but they brought that man on the screen, Patrick Viera. What do we all think to Patrick Viera? Is he going to be the man to steady the ship at Crystal Palace and move them further up the table? Crystal Palace have been in the Premier League. That's a lovely ball in behind, though, looking for Timo Werner. He's just a bit of a poor touch with his chest there, but it was a lovely ball from Jorginho to find him in that inside channel. What was I talking about? Patrick Viera, yes. How will this team play? Will they be able to push themselves up the table, maybe into a sort of an Everton, Aston Villa territory, or will they just stay in that Newcastle, Brighton territory that they seem to be in at the moment, Crystal Palace? A few seasons ago, we would have suggested that they look like they're on an upward trend, but at the minute, it's got a little bit static for Crystal Palace, and I wonder where Patrick Viera will take them. He's obviously a beast of a midfielder himself. Imagine subbing him on in his prime for Crystal Palace. That'd have turned up the books, wouldn't it? It'd have been a change of scenery, and it looks like there's been a goal as well at Burnley, which does mean it is Burnley 1, Brighton 0. James Tarkowski has scored the first goal of the 3 p.m. kickoffs, and it's from the corner, and he pushes the Brighton defender out the way there. Has that stood? He pushes, I think it's Neil Maupay actually, who's marking James Tarkowski. It has stood, and it is 1-0 to Burnley. So they are the ones who strike first, 2 minutes in, and they have struck first. So Absolutely fantastic stuff from Burnley, but hopefully we can get some goals in this Chelsea game so I don't have to commentate on everyone else's scores as well. So I can see there's 15 people in the stream. If you are new, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe. It's going to be fun. Get your questions in, get your score predictions in. I don't think we've had too many score predictions. And I'm going to say mine for this game, I'm going to go with 3-1 Chelsea. 3-1 Chelsea. And that's a mistake there by Rudiger, but well recovered there by Marcus Alonso. Shah's saying maybe he's going to try some tactics like from Arsenal back in the day. Maybe Patrick Viera does have that. We've seen it with Pep Guardiola bringing tactics in from obviously the end of playing styles and then into his managerial career, bringing these tactics in. I don't think Frank Lampard quite brought in his tactics to Chelsea, but yeah, maybe. It depends on how close he was with the managers at the time. I'm assuming it was Arsene Wenger. It just depends, doesn't it? Sam, what are you watching this on? Shah, if you want to let Venuk know. Lovely to see you, Venuk, by the way. It's been a little while, hasn't it, mate? Hope you are doing well. And let us know your score prediction for today's game. Rudiger, though, spreads the ball nicely out wide to Marcus Alonso. Marcus Alonso goes into Timo Werner, and I just got distracted there because Kovacic, seeing that number 8 shirt on him, doesn't it suit him? Doesn't it suit Mateo Kovacic? I think a lot of people have been saying about Mason Mount, he should have got the number 8 shirt. I don't think he should have, because I think there have been too many comparisons to Frank Lampard. He gets enough as it is, and maybe that's what's in his head there. Trevor Chalobah doing some good tracking back there, and Christensen manages to double up and help out as he puts a good tackle in. Wilfried Zaha looked like he got away. Burnley 1-0. Yes, it is. It is Burnley 1-0. First goal, and it was James Tarkowski who scored the first goal of this afternoon. Obviously, after the 6 goals we saw in Old Trafford. Here's Kovacic, glides by, but gets fouled. But the referee's wave play on. It's fallen to Mason Mount. It's gone out right. Azpilicueta looking for that running behind of Pulisic. Pulisic holds off a little bit, gets it to his feet. Pulisic tackled well, though, by, I believe that's Kouyaté. I can't quite tell. The stream quality isn't very good, and Crystal Palace able to get it back. Here's Jordan Ayew. Jordan Ayew goes into the feet of Mateta with a poor touch there from Mateta. Has Kovacic been fouled there? No, he gets himself back on his feet. Fair play to Mateo Kovacic. Crossed in. Is that pulled back? No, it isn't. Not quite pulled back. Oh, and cleared over there. It was Mason Mount pulling the ball back into Timo Werner. It wasn't the greatest of touches from Timo Werner. Classic Timo Werner, really. And the touch ends up falling to Cesar Azpilicueta, who has blazed the ball over. Absolutely blazed the ball over. Mount looking sharp. I mean, he can't look less sharp than he did in the Euro final. It wasn't Mason Mount's finest hour. That's all I'm saying on that one. It wasn't Mason Mount's finest hour. I'm hoping for another good season, though, from Mason Mount. And if it's another good season, I think he can really, really push on and then prove that he's world class and not just a good player. I think that's the next step for Mason Mount. Realistically, he needs to prove himself to people just outside of Chelsea. I think people who watch Chelsea regularly and are a classic feature of Chelsea, and you know, the players in and around the players, fans, staff in and around the club know the value of Mason Mount. The pundits seem to, but part of me wonders if he needs just to up himself a little bit with his goals and assists and his attacking contributions if he wants to be regarded in that world-class bracket or that wonder kid bracket. Although he is 22 now, so I don't know where the wonder kid bracket in terms of age actually stems to. It's fine. Lukaku's going to replace Werner. I'm not sure if Lukaku will replace Werner or if Werner will move out to the left-hand side and then Hakim Ziyech looks like he's going to be in big, big trouble. Me and Louis touched on this in the game against Villarreal at the weekend, and I think it's a good thing to talk about the fact that Lukaku coming in, maybe we can play a 2 up front with Mason Mount, or whoever in behind. But I think we're going to stick with this 3-4-3. That's a poor touch from Mason Mount there, though, and Kouyaté is able to sniff that danger out there. Although they've given the ball back straight away there to Cesar Azpilicueta, who's quite advanced up the pitch. Roll it back to Jorginho. Jorginho with a lovely switch of the play out to Marcos Alonso. Werner fakes to go round him, then decided not to. Good defending, though, from Joel Ward. Classy defending from Joel Ward there. And they've managed to get the ball back and up the field, and it's gone to the Chelsea defenders. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be that Werner will move out to the left when Lukaku comes in. Ziyech injured, right? Yes, I believe. Oh, good ball in from Marcos Alonso. Header from Christian Pulisic goes into the hands of the goalkeeper. Yes, I believe Ziyech dislocated his shoulder, if that's correct. I think he dislocated his shoulder. Afternoon, Aaron. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're psyching yourself up for Newcastle tomorrow. You might need to psych yourself up quite a little bit if you're going off some of your tweets, mate. Hope it's going well though, mate, and hope you're doing well, and hopefully you're enjoying life. That's what I wanted to say. Hopefully you're enjoying life. Mount is no Dele Alli. No, he's no one-season wonder like Dele Alli, is he? Ziyech is injured. He dislocated his shoulder. Yeah, Sam, it's been time. How are you doing? I'm doing very well, thank you, Venuk. Very, very well. Just started a new job as well in Leeds, which is very, very exciting, just at my parents' for the weekend. And it does look like we've got another goal, according to this goal rush, which I'm watching. And it does look that like Watford have opened the scoring against Aston Villa. Of all, absolute shock there. Aston Villa are 1-0 down against Watford. All the hype this season. Obviously, you've had your hype around Manchester United. You've had your hype about the big teams. But all the hype this season has been about Aston Villa. And currently, they are 1-0 down to the newly promoted Watford and the cycling GK himself. But back to this Chelsea game. Jorginho looks to whip the ball in. Goes all the way over the top to Alonso. Brings it down nicely. Rolls it back into Werner. Werner back into Alonso. Alonso, can he get a cross in? No, he's going back sort of onto his right foot. Rolls it back into Kovacic, though, and they look like they're going to recycle play a little bit here. Oh, that's a poor ball from Kovacic. He was looking to thread through Pulisic, who'd made a lovely run. But Alonso's won the ball back high. It's a very good start to the game from Marcos Alonso. Looks really, really sharp. Werner looks to thread him through. Oh, just not on the same wavelength there, Timo Werner and Marcos Alonso. So close. Sam, will Chalobah do good this season? I mean, I hope so, Shah. I hope so. It'd be nice if he does do well. I love seeing the Chelsea youngsters come through. It's been really good in the last few seasons for Chalobah to come through. I'm not sure how well he will do, but against Villarreal, he put a shift in. He did a good job. Who knows? Who knows what can happen? I think he'll do bad this season. Who are you on about? I think they'll do bad this season. They lost to some random team 2-1 in a friendly. Is that Villa you're on about? Ollie Watkins, man, all the hype. Yes, exactly. I do worry for Aston Villa. I wonder if Kovacic with a shot from about 20 yards out, just finding his shooting boots there, Mateo Kovacic. I do wonder about Aston Villa in the sense of, I said this in the stream the other night, if all the subs work well, they're going to be able to push up in that top half and really challenge. But all the subs, all the transfers. But like we've seen with Chelsea, transfers don't mean a thing. And if they have a slow start like Havertz and Werner did, it really, really could be difficult. Mason Mount has got a corner here. That shot from Kovacic did take a deflection. Werner's taken off his Under Armour. In case if anyone wanted to know that, don't think they did. Mason Mount whips the ball in. Not been able to beat the front post. Defended well at the front post, though, by Crystal Palace. Who are the good Chelsea youth players coming through that the neutrals are not aware of? I don't really know at the moment. Obviously, there's Chalobah. And probably the big one that I think people are aware of, that he's a Chelsea player, but I just think he goes a little bit under the radar. I think it's Conor Gallagher, and he is at Crystal Palace right now. He is obviously cook-tied, if you will. He can't play because he has his allegiance to Chelsea. We are his father team. Chelsea, I don't even know where they've won this free kick from. I just thought it was a fair clearance. But there we are. I'd say Conor Gallagher is definitely the one to look out for at this current moment in time. Have we still got Armando Broja, or did he leave? There's been a couple who've left actually, Aaron. So I couldn't actually tell you who is still there and who isn't. We've got Tino Angia in as well. Mason Mount on the free kick is a funny punch, though, from Gator. He punches it out from behind. I don't think he needed to do that. I think he's made the wrong decision there. I think he could have caught it, but it is a corner to Chelsea. Where's Kante? Very good question. I didn't actually think about that, Shia. I'm assuming he's just on the bench. I don't want to jinx my... I don't want to jinx my Google Chrome after it decided to not play ball earlier and try and Google something else. But Chelsea have another opportunity here from this corner. It's rolled back into Mason Mount, but Kovacic was offside when he went to get the ball. Billy Gilmore should play more, to be honest. He is out on loan at the moment as well. He is at Norwich, I believe, who play later on this evening. And if you haven't already, be sure to smash that subscribe button, and I'll be streaming the Norwich game for this evening. I've not got anything to do for the next couple of days, so be sure to expect a few streams coming your way and maybe some videos as well. And Shah is going to go for his lunch as well because he's eating it 3 hours late. What a weird time to eat your lunch, Shah. 15 minutes played, though, at this opening game of the season for Chelsea and Crystal Palace. Still 0-0. Chelsea looking the brighter and the better side so far. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. What a lovely ball, though. In behind towards Timo Werner from Marcus Alonso. That was Trent Alexander-Arnold-esque, that was. He pulled it back to Pulisic. Pulisic on this left-hand side, trying to go past the play. He does so, and he's managed to win a corner there, I do believe. And the latest elsewhere is Burnley 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 0, and Watford 1, Aston Villa 0. The other two games are still goalless, which is Everton, Southampton, Leicester, and Wolves. And it's going to be an exciting day of football, guys. Be sure to keep tuned in. Another corner from Chelsea. Not the best again from Mason Mount. What has he not been practicing his corners? He hasn't beaten the front man there. I believe that was James MacArthur, the captain for today for Crystal Palace, clearing the ball away. He might actually be the captain anyway at this current moment in time. I couldn't actually tell you. I know Gary Cahill was vice-captain. I think it'll be Scott Dan, though, won't it? So I'm assuming he is vice-captain there. Here is the young man, Trevor Chalobah, who we've been talking about earlier on. Like I said, wasn't a bad performance midweek against Villarreal, but there were a few worrying signs for him, and I'm sure it's all a learning curve when you're a young footballer. I say that as if I've been some form of expert footballer. I'm younger than Trevor Chalobah, but it is all a learning curve, and it doesn't overly matter. Hopefully, if he gets a full season or a good half a season playing for Chelsea this season, he can really iron out some of those creases in his game and push for a starting spot, because then we won't need Jules Koundé, will we? And the rumor is that Kurt Zouma will be the man who will leave there. You can see the 6 people watching the stream. Thank you for watching. And like I say, if you've got anything to put in the chat, absolutely, be sure to do that as well. But I'll keep you up to date with everything going on and the goals as they come in, because this is a lovely stream with a goal rush on it. It's exciting. I love it when they're all set up at 3 o'clock kickoffs. It's absolutely fantastic. I love that. It adds a bit of drama to it, doesn't it? Adds a little bit of drama. Here's Aspilicueta. Jorginho. Aspilicueta out on this right-hand side, really high up. Looks to do a 1-2 there with, I believe that was Mason Mount. Couldn't quite pull it off, but Chelsea have a throw-in an advanced area here. Throws it to Jorginho. Jorginho loses the ball a little bit. The Ballon d'Or contender. And Chelsea give away a foul just inside the half. From what I saw in the uni football team, not an expert footballer. I mean, I'm an expert at giving away penalties according to the uni football team. What a catastrophe my uni football career was. I was so much more capable than what I did at university. I think I played 6 times for them and gave away 4 penalties, which is not the Not the kind of record you really want, Aaron, but there we are. Who knows, maybe in the next few years I can pick up football again and hopefully have a decent Sunday League career, if that's what people aim for in football. I'm not really sure if that's what people aim for. Free kick taken, looking long over the top for Wilfried Zaha, I believe that is. It's weird seeing Crystal Palace playing a 4-3-3. Wilfried Zaha goes down the line, cleared though the cross from Zaha at that front post. This is a good bit of sustained pressure here from Crystal Palace. They need to get on the ball a little bit more, trying to make this a bit more neutral. They do need to get on the ball a little bit more and challenge Chelsea. It has been all Chelsea for the first 20 minutes or so. We're just getting up to the 20th minute in this Chelsea game. How weird does it look though, guys? I was sat there, at home talking to my parents. How weird does it look that there's full capacity stadiums now? I was looking at Old Trafford and my God, does it feel good to have everyone back. Feels like we're a few years ago, doesn't it? Feels back to 2018, 2019. Lovely to experience it. I can't wait to go to another game myself. Obviously, it's quite difficult with me being up north. But I'd love to go back, and I cannot wait for the day I do, because it's going to be so exciting every game, especially with the crowd. We saw over the Euros how good having a good decent crowd is. We saw it over the Euros and it was fantastic. I really thoroughly enjoyed the Euros as a result of that. Mason Mount was to pull one in there, looking for Marcus Alonso, who was in that striker role there. He does like his license to get up the field, doesn't he? Kovacic here. Marcus Alonso again. Back to Rudiger. Rudiger, I'm intrigued to see if he'll do that. If there's anyone who is... Oh, there seems to be another goal here just whilst Chelsea play on. And it is from Burnley, is it? Oh, no, he's rattled the post off that one. A very, very good opportunity and a great strike from Goodmanson. It is still 1-0. They're just showing the highlights, which is absolutely fantastic. Really good stuff. And it's another Chelsea corner as well. That's what we missed whilst the Burnley game was on the screen. It's an absolute pile driver of a strike from Goodmanson, and he's rattled the post from about 30 yards out in the Burnley game. But we are back with the Chelsea game now, and Mason Mount, hopefully this is a better corner than the previous three. That's a much better corner, deep. Keeper flaps it in a bit. Kovacic is out as far as Kovacic. He's won it back again, Kovacic. He drilled the ball back in, but he can only put that out for a throw in there and stop the counter-attack. And it looks like there's been another goal somewhere else, and Southampton have nicked the ball high up the field against Everton. It's poor from Everton, really poor from Everton. And the debut of Adam Armstrong, what a debut it has been for him so far. He's got himself his opening goal of his Premier League campaign, his first Premier League goal for Southampton. A lot of worries around Southampton. I said I was worried for Southampton, but they've got themselves ahead nice and early, and Everton made to rue a mistake there. That is absolutely shoddy from Everton. I think it's Michael Keane in the first place who gives the ball away at the halfway line, and you don't want to give the ball away in your own half, and it is 1-0 to Southampton. So shock scores coming in across the board, really. Shock scores coming in. So it's good the Premier League's back, isn't it? I am glad the Premier League is back. Fantastic stuff. And like I said, if we do hit 30 likes, guys, I'll stream the Liverpool game this evening as well. Why not? Especially if you guys keep the continuous support. It has been fantastic over the last few weeks. Absolutely flown up those subscribers, and I'm really chuffed with the progress we are making. But if you haven't already, can you please help me try get to that 400 sub goal? I want to try hit 500 by my birthday. Maybe slightly unrealistic for 100 subs in a month. Well, just under a month. But I'm hoping we can do it. Active Aaron says, mixed feelings because I want Rafa to do well, but Adam Armstrong was always touted as a lad with the best finishing at the club. I mean, I don't know if I want Rafa to do well. Obviously, former Chelsea manager, former Newcastle manager. That's why Aaron loves him. And former Liverpool manager now at Everton. Of course, you want people to be successful in their careers, but you don't want them to be too successful so that they cloud what they did at your club or cloud your club altogether. So it's a difficult one. Adam Armstrong, he's always had that reputation, though, hasn't he, as a clinical goal scorer in the Championship. Now maybe he can step up in the Southampton team that need a leader, they need a goal scorer, and maybe they can step up and get himself a few goals. I am worried, though, for Southampton. Even though they've gone 1-0 up, I am worried that they will struggle this season because it looks like it's going to be a long, hard slog of a season for Southampton, losing Vestergaard, Bertrand. I nearly called him Bertrand Traore then. Ryan Bertrand and Danny Ings is massive. That's 3 of your key players being lost there from Southampton. And you just can't do it. I couldn't imagine if Chelsea lost 3 of their key players, if they lost Mount, Thiago Silva and Azpilicueta. Can't imagine it. Cannot imagine it. And Southampton are really, really going to struggle this season if their signings don't hit the ground running. 25 minutes played, though, at Stamford Bridge. And Chelsea looking like they're trying to get on front. They need a goal before half-time, though. Otherwise, that's a lovely ball in from Mason Mount. Couldn't quite get his head on it, though, Timo Werner, in the middle of the box. They do need to get their noses in front, though, in order to make sure that there's no mistakes in the second half. Patrick Viera could have a good plan in the second half, but Mason Mount is cynically fouled on the edge of the box there. And that is Tyreek Mitchell, the young man, giving away a silly foul, really, there for him. He was going the wrong way, wasn't he, Mason Mount, there? He's going back towards Jorginho. And it's a cynical foul from Tyreek Mitchell, but this is Marcus Alonso territory on the right of the pitch from where the camera is looking. Easiest way to say it, on Christian Pulisic's right-hand side. Marcus Alonso territory. Looks like it's going to be Marcus Alonso. I'd be surprised if it isn't. It's a good range. Welcome back, Shah. Welcome back. And it's going to be strange. And Fraser is back as well. Marcus Alonso on the free kick. What a free kick from Marcus Alonso. What a baller that man is from the free kick spot. Oh my gosh, what a free kick from Marcus Alonso. Finds the top corner of the net. Gator can't move. And that does mean it is Chelsea 1, Crystal Palace 0. And I wonder why Oliver had been quiet. What a free kick. Finds the top corner from about 24 max yards. And what a free kick it is. I said it was Marcus Alonso territory. Keeper cannot move. And he's just sailed it into the top right-hand corner of the goal. What a free kick from Marcus Alonso. The keeper couldn't move. And it is Chelsea 1, Crystal Palace 0. Chelsea 1, Crystal Palace 0. What a time to be alive, ladies and gents. What a time to be alive. And I'm sure Oliver will be nice and quiet for the rest of the game. Let me change that. Goals. We've had Marcus Alonso scoring. What a free kick that is. It's just a weapon to have, isn't it? Like, that's the thing with Marcus Alonso. He might not be very good defensively, but you just need him in your team. You just do. You just need him in your team. If anyone spots any errors, I'm just updating the banner now around the top to Chelsea 1, hopefully. If anyone noticed any errors on the thing scrolling across the bottom, though, please do let me know, and I can get that all sorted for us. As I won't be reading that one. There we are. And then we can update this. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. Chelsea 1, Crystal Palace 0. Oh, my God. That put a smile on my face, didn't it? That definitely put a smile on my face. Commiserations to Oliver. Hopefully, I've just seen him put, well, we've been poor. You have been very, very poor. It's been all Chelsea for the first 30 minutes. I thought if they'd have got to half-time, they might have been able to come out all guns blazing, but they haven't got to half-time, which is why I said it. Lovely turn from Mason Mount, though. Mount into the feet of Christian Pulisic. Christian Pulisic gives away a foul, though. against Crystal Palace. Everton look asleep. Don't think they will do that good. That's what I was meaning. If you've seen that goal share, they did look like they were sleeping. They really did. Let me just make sure I have got the correct overlays prepared for us, guys. So the next options it can be is 2-0 to Chelsea and 1-1 as well. So I'll get these all sorted for us, guys. Let us know what you think as well. What changes can we make to the stream other than a timer? But I do need to work out a way to try and do that realistically. Maybe I can buy something that can be like up here behind us. I just realised I got the flag the wrong way around, so I'll sort that out in a second. Don't know how I didn't notice that, but there we are. I've literally just put it up as well, so I'm an idiot is the answer to that one. I am an idiot. Chelsea really look on the front foot at the moment. Really look like they're grabbing this game by the scruff of the neck. And they don't look afraid at all. I didn't expect them to look afraid because obviously we are playing a team that we are maybe expected to beat. We probably are expected to beat. Chelsea's win probability was 77% at the beginning of the game, right now, which is pretty mental, and it's 5% to Crystal Palace. So we are expected to win and we're expected to do well, but sometimes that can have a negative effect on the way you play. Marcus Alonso out wide again. They've given away another foul. Crystal Palace need to be careful here if they keep giving away. We've already seen once, haven't we, the dangers Chelsea pose from set pieces and from the dead ball situation. We've already seen it once. It might happen. It might happen again. It'll be a Mason Mount territory one. This one though, so it's going to be slightly different. It's a little bit further out. This one. It's sort of 25, 30 yards out rather than the sort of 20 to 25, which it was out earlier. It is a little bit further out. Looks like it'll probably be whipped in from Mason Mount. In all honesty, it is Mason Mount who whips it in, looking for the head of Chalobah, but it is cleared out nicely, defended well that time by Crystal Palace, who've headed it out for a Chelsea corner. It's deep in the Crystal Palace territory, though. And Azpilicueta has got a throw in deep in Chelsea territory. I think you should make the sub goal smaller and then add the other major games at left. And then right next to the Chelsea, left and the right next to the Chelsea versus Palace. Yeah, maybe we can do that on another 3 o'clock one. I'll look into it. It might just be a little bit difficult because then the amount of thingies I have to do, these. But yeah, I'll look into it, Shah. I'll look into it. That could definitely work. Thank you. Crystal Palace need to stop giving away the fouls right now. They're really giving away a lot. They've given another one away, about 30 yards out this time. It looks like Chelsea are going to take it quick. It looks like Rudiger is changing boots. Yeah, Rudiger changing boots. Clearly something wasn't quite right. Maybe he's got the wrong type of stud on for the situation. He is back on the pitch now, though. All changed in his black boots rather than his right ones. Right ones? White ones? That's what I meant to say. We're up to 10 likes, guys. So if we can push up towards that 20, 30 like goal, like I said, if we can get up to that 30 like goal, which would be insane, then I'll think about doing I will stream Norwich versus Liverpool. I'm thinking about it anyway, but it would just give me that, that reason to do it if you guys really, really want me to. Nick's well back again from Chelsea. Looked like another foul from Crystal Palace. They're like half a yard off at the moment, Crystal Palace. There's another foul. That is definitely a foul on Christian Pulisic. He's just skipped by Jairo Riedewald there. Lovely feet, but Crystal Palace need to get a grip on this. They really do. It's becoming a little bit dangerous because they're just snapping people down. There's one on Mason Mount in the first place, and that's Gehi who's done that one. And then Pulisic picks up the ball, skips by Riedewald, and that is also a foul. And it's another free kick in a dangerous situation. Mason Mount, Alonso will both be stood over this, and we've already seen the threat that they pose. We've already seen it, especially Marcus Alonso. We've seen it. So it's going to be another, if they carry on like this, it's going to be a difficult half for Crystal Palace, because their technique at the moment seems bring them all down, snap them. It's Mason Mount on this free kick, though, hits the top of the wall and looks like it might drop for Chalobah. Chalobah headers back in. Jorginho flicks it on, defended well, though. Chalobah back in again. Can they get on the ball? Are you trying to get the ball out, dribble the ball out? He's trying to take on too many players, might have bitten off more than he can chew here. There's another 2 fouls in there from the Crystal Palace players, and the referee's waving advantage. There is a lot of fouls going on here. I'll keep the Crystal Palace game the middle and the same, and add the other games at the top with it, but a bit smaller. I know you don't get me because I'm dumb, but yeah, maybe we can put them on the opposing side, the underneath the sub goal bit over there. Yeah, maybe we can do it over there, and then that's what we can do. Yeah, maybe I could do it down there, and then we can have them all. That could look quite cool. I'll have to look into it. I'll look into it, see what works best. Aspilicueta rolls the ball into Mason Mount. Can he pull that back? Oh, he pulled it slightly too far back for Pulisic, and he can't quite get his shot off. Palace have been sloppy. They have, Oliver. They've been really, really sloppy. Chelsea need to make them pay. They need to get themselves 2 goals up. If they can get themselves 2 goals to the good, then, well, it'll be much easier. But at this point, all it takes is one good attack from Crystal Palace and they're back in it. So, been a hectic first half, though, Oliver. It has been a very, very hectic first half. Very hectic. Crystal Palace giving away fouls left, right, and centre. Chelsea creating opportunities, getting corners. There's a long ball over the top there, looking for Jean-Philippe Mateta. Not quite gone through. Oh, Villa nearly conceded again. Villa on the ropes by the sounds of Shah's commentary. It sounds like they're on the ropes. The only game we haven't got a goal in so far is Leicester versus Wolves. Everyone's managed to find the back of the net, including Brentford. Well, I say everyone's managed to. Of course, Arsenal didn't find the back of the net. But I mean, as in terms of games, Arsenal's game, they lost 2-0, didn't they, last night to Brentford? That's one high up the pitch by Chelsea, but deemed a foul on Wilfried Zaha there. And just as I say that, the Leicester and Wolves hasn't scored, but like they have scored, and it is that. Oh, no, it isn't. It hasn't gone in. I thought that was in. I thought that was in from Adama Traore. He's run through, absolutely steaming through, and he's put it 2 foot wide. He's not going to get a better opportunity than that, Adama Traore. That was classic Adama Traore, and he's rolled it wide. He has rolled it wide. Disappointing from Adama Traore. I bet Willock is happy. He got his dream move to a bigger club. Lol. I mean, to be fair, you're going to be fighting with Arsenal this season for a relegation battle by the looks of things. Aaron. So it's going to be exciting for you. The Arsenal-Newcastle relegation battle is definitely going to be intense. The goals and stuff at the bottom look amazing, Sam. Oh, thanks, Shah. Thanks. So we've got our own little score update. Timo Werner running through here. Can he keep the ball on? No, he can't. He doesn't quite look at it yet, Timo Werner. Doesn't quite look at it yet. It may be. I am worried for Timo Werner. I am. That's a lovely ball, though, from Mason Mount to find him in behind. And frustrating. That's the best thing I can say. It's frustrating. Being quiet in the Wolves game, yeah. Like I say, just that Adama Traore opportunity. And it is 2-0 to Burnley as well, is it? Ben Mee's cleared. He's had one cleared off the line. Crikey, that was close. I genuinely it's off the inside of the crossbar, like the joint is inside and it's gone wide. See, that's why you need Lukaku. I mean, that wasn't an opportunity for Lukaku. I don't think Lukaku would have got onto the end of it because he's not quick enough, but we do need Lukaku. Werner creates opportunities, though, just from being that quick. He's like the German Daniel James. Your live is like a one-man Gillette Soccer Saturday, lol. I know, and then I've got Shah just keeping me up to date to to give me extra detail. That's all you need. It's all you need is one man. All you need. Here is Azpilicueta into the feet of Jorginho. And of course, the focus is on the Chelsea game, which is even better. LOL actually is. Precisely. Then share it with your friends, everyone. Get everyone on the One Man Soccer Saturday and see if we can get to that magical number of 400 subscribers. Keep the growth going. Hi, Jeff. Thank you. You are welcome. It's so slow and lethargic. Just watching this Crystal Palace team, I don't know if Oliver, I'm assuming Oliver will agree, there's no pressure on Chelsea when they do have the ball, sort of in the midfield third, because obviously you've got their defensive third, the midfield third, and the Crystal Palace defensive third. And in this midfield third, there's really no defensive pressure from Crystal Palace. Didn't know Jeff supported Chelsea. I don't know, Jeff. There we are. And the best thing is, I'm just Kamara all the way through, aren't I? So that's even better. Oh, that was a wayward pass from Chalobah, but still managed to find its way to Antonio Rudiger. Werner dropping in deep this time. Lovely switch there from Christensen to find Mount. Lovely 1-2 into the box. Is that going to fall to someone? It is. Who has that fallen to? It is 2-0 and it's Christian Pulisic who has got the second for Chelsea. It's Christian Pulisic on the score sheet. I thought it was going to fall to Werner, you know. I thought it was going to fall to Werner, but it is 2-0. And my phone has just told me as well that it looks like there's been a goal at the Leicester game as well. We will wait for my stream to catch up before I announce anything, though. Pulisic does make it 2-0, though, in the 40th minute. And it is Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 0. I said they needed that second goal. Pulisic likes playing against Crystal Palace. He really does. And it is 2-0 to Chelsea. And they look like they're in danger now. It was lovely play on that right-hand side between Mount and Azpilicueta. Whips a ball in, looking for Werner. It was a good initial save from Gator, but he just needed his defenders there to help. Pulisic reacts quickest. He manages to get a hand on it, Gator, and it has found the back of the net. And it is Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 0. Crystal Palace are truly in the doghouse now. They really are. There we are. 2-goal buffer, as the commentator just said. Yes, there has. And there's been a 1-0 and I'm just seeing it right now. So beautiful timing there from Shah. And it is Leicester who have taken the lead. And it is that man. Who else was it going to be? Jamie Vardy has made it 1-0 against Wolves. And it's just easy from Jamie Vardy. He gets in front of his defender from the cross at the front post from Ricardo Pereira, and he's just got a toe on it. That's all he's done. He's got a toe on it. He's flicked it over the keeper, and what a tiny little finish that is. Classic Jamie Vardy. Classic Jamie Vardy. And there we are. I'll update that one, and the goals will keep coming through here on my stream. So if you are enjoying, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe. And if you know anyone who will enjoy the content being produced today, make sure to, share it with them. Why not? Help us get towards that 400 goals sub mark. And it looks like there's been another goal at Watford. And is it Watford or Aston Villa, though? It looks like it's going to be Watford who've got the second goal of the game. A huge deflection off Tyrone Mings. Watford won't care. They're 2-0 up. Ismaila Sarr is the man who is claiming the goal. It is a huge deflection of Tyrone Mings, though, which has looped over Emi Martinez. Absolute despair for Aston Villa. But it is Watford 2, Aston Villa 0. It doesn't look like it's been a good start to the season. Maybe they're missing Jack Grealish, or maybe there are bigger factors at play for Aston Villa at the moment. Wow, it is all going off, and there's been goals in every game. Chelsea 2-0 up here with Marcus Alonso scoring an absolute perler of a free kick, and the other one being a easy tap-in, really, for Christian Pulisic. Exciting stuff going on everywhere across the country at the moment, And it has been good fun. It has been good fun. Jamie Vardy having a party. Exactly. Let me update my PNGs and get these all sorted. Right. Well, couple of shocks on the cards here. Villa looking shaky, according to Shah, who said earlier they were looking shaky. So could be a few big shocks on the way. Werner, oh my gosh, he's put it wide. It was a hard shot to take. It was a ball whipped in from Marcus Alonso. Marcus Alonso manages to find Timo Werner, and if it wasn't for the Crystal Palace defender there, I think he buries it. I think he does, because the Crystal Palace defender means that Werner has to take the opportunity first time. He can't take a touch. He manages to direct his foot in the general direction of the goal, and it's just hit the outside of the outside netting on the front post. Very, very close there. Very close. Very close for Timo Werner getting his first goal of the game. I've just seen that Huddersfield are 3-1 down against Fulham as well, all in the first half. Are you kidding me? What are they up to? What are they up to? What are they up to? Oh, well, I mean, it's only Huddersfield, isn't it? Only Huddersfield. Chelsea are looking to get back on it already. I'm going to be intrigued to... Oh, lovely ball in behind. Can Alonso get on that? No, he can't. Oh, my gosh. Crystal Palace, they're really struggling at the moment, Crystal Palace. I'd be very, very surprised. How many minutes added time? There's just the one here, Shah. Just the one here. Oh, my gosh. So much going on in this first half. Absolutely everywhere stuff going on first half, and so much to talk about over half time. So it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to the second half now. I have missed football. I've missed the Premier League. You cannot beat it. You cannot. You really can't. It's so exciting. Throw-in. Oh, Mason Mount looks to kick that over nice and early. He just chested it from the throw-in and just volleyed it over the box, hoping that Marcus Alonso would be there, and he's not quite been there. Oliver hiding in his hole, exactly. Chelsea CDM give me nightmares up to Norwich. Palace was so bad. They have been bad in this first half, and it is half-time at Stamford Bridge. Crystal Palace go in a 2-0 deficit in their first game under Patrick Viera, and let me know your thoughts. Oliver, obviously, I would love to hear your thoughts on that first half. It has been an absolute Chelsea domination for the most part, hasn't it? Preston losing as well to Reading. Oh, everything's going wrong for some people, but not for Chelsea. Chelsea are 2-0 up, and you can't say it's not been deserved. Chelsea they've gone out on the front foot instantly. They've looked to take the ball to Crystal Palace, and it's been good. It's been exciting. But let me know, guys, what have you made of the first half? And obviously, the scores, as you can see, scrolling across the bottom in a moment, you'll be able to see that there's some other shocks going on, potentially in the making. Depends on the season, how the season goes, because at the end of the season, there might not be shocks at all, really. But as you can see, scrolling across the bottom, the early kickoff was Manchester United, and they did win 5-1 against Leeds United with a Bruno Fernandes hat-trick, Pogba getting 4 assists. A very, very good performance from Manchester United. And then Burnley are 1-0 up against Brighton. Everton are 1-0 down against Southampton after making a mistake. Leicester have gone 1-0 up against Wolves. Watford 2-0 up against Aston Villa. And Norwich versus Liverpool is an evening kickoff. And Oliver saying, I wouldn't be happy being a Villa fan. I mean, I wouldn't be happy being a Crystal Palace fan if I were you. I would not be happy with that first half performance from Crystal Palace. There's high hopes going into this for Crystal Palace if they could build on what they had before in terms of Roy Hodgson is a very, very steady manager. You're not going to build with him. And I think so far in this game, they haven't shown that they are going to build with Patrick Viera. Yes, it's early days. I can appreciate that. He's still trying to tinker with stuff, find out what's best for him. But it has been a really, really disappointing game in this first half, and I'm gonna be intrigued to see what happens in the second half because something needs to change. I expect a change at half time. I don't know about you, Oliver. I expect a change at first time. At first half. God, I just can't talk. I expect a change at half time to make sure that they do something and they spark something from this game. Sam, can we have a halftime show, please? What would you like for the halftime show, Shah? What would you like? Would you like me to quickly come up with someone and we'll do a guess the player? Would that be something you guys would want? Obviously, there's not too many people in the stream, so Shah, you would have to carry it a little bit, especially if Oliver and Fraser are dipping in, dipping out. But I can do that if that is something that you so desire. But for the time being, we'll keep talking, and I might as well just tell you what the plans are for this channel over the next few months and stuff. Obviously, I've just seen the Serie A is back on the 21st of August. I don't know if people would be interested in watching Serie A football, Serie A watch-alongs. Maybe it can help me branch out as a person, but who knows? It might be able to help me branch out, gain a few more subscribers. I do want to follow Milan this season, obviously, with the ties with Giroud and Tomori both there. It would be nice to follow them. But I wonder if Serie A is going to be as strong as it was in the last few seasons. Obviously, Inter Milan selling a lot of their players, aren't they? They really are selling a lot of their players. Lukaku, Martinez is heavily linked. Hakimi's gone as well. We thought Hakimi would be the would sort them out financially. 60 million is a massive amount of money, but it looks like there's a lot more problems at Inter Milan than we maybe knew of before the Chelsea saga with Lukaku and when Hakimi was leaving either to PSG or to Chelsea. Obviously, it turned out it was to PSG. I find that a really weird transfer for Chelsea to go in for, though, because they've not been linked with any other fullbacks, really, especially as Reece James is expected to be in this Chelsea side for the next month or so. Well, he'll be back all month, I would assume, and that would be the only real time that we would be expected. Sam, get Jake back on here and Jordan back on. I will do soon. I would really like to go on your live stream, but but I'd be shy. Halftime show, please. Yes, please. Poor Josh. Exactly. 2-0 down. Yeah, go on then. I will do something really quickly then for you, Shah, so you can have a guessing game. I need to come up with a player, though, which is part of the problem. I'm just going to have a quick scan on my phone. And we will be getting Jordan back on soon, and we will be getting Jake back on soon. Jake was in Manchester this weekend, and I believe Jordan is at work. So unfortunately, you've got to deal with me, and hopefully I can find a few more. If there is anyone who, like, you follow, who is maybe a similar size, maybe slightly bigger or slightly smaller to myself, who is, who does these types of things, I would absolutely love to collab with them. Obviously, I'm kind of in a bit of a finite bubble here. The only real person who I know who does a similar thing to me is you guys who comment and, Josh Ring, obviously. So I don't really know. I don't really know of anyone to, I don't really know of anyone to collab with. So if you guys have ideas, be sure to let me know. And we'll get them sorted for you, because at the end of the day, what I want from this channel is us all to have sort of like a place where we can come and chat, and we can enjoy watching some football together. And especially for me, like with that Champions League run last season, it was simply sensational. And I'm so glad I've got that. Oh, my stream's dropped out. I'm so glad I've got that now archived so that I can look across it. Let me just write this first clue out. How many is that? There we are. Let me get this sorted out for you guys. Jordan's probably traveling. He is probably traveling. He's a single man, though, now. He's a single man, though. So unfortunately, he's not with his girl this time. He's a single man. Let me go banners. make sure to go subscribe, follow Jordan. If you haven't already, he is my favorite social media influencer. Let me check where they're from. Oh, that's not a professional team. That's fine. Are you ready, Shah? Are you ready? The first clue for you, Shah, is this player has played for 6 English teams. 6 English teams. That is your first clue. Here it is. I have played for 6 English teams. That means professional English teams. They can be in any division, but they have played for 6 English teams. Let me know who you think it is, Shah, and we will keep moving on with the halftime game. You can spam the chat if you would like. Oh, I didn't mean to reveal the next one. Whoops. Oh, well. That's the one I meant to do. I've played 6 English. Have played 6 English teams. I've played for 6 English teams. How many points you at? What? How many points we at? What does that mean? I'm guessing that means for fantasy football. I'm assuming if you haven't already played the fantasy football, if you haven't already signed up for the fantasy football, a link to that is in the description. Come on, Shah. I want to see you spam the chat. You've asked for the halftime game, so I want to see you spam the chat with players. I'm actually surprised Chelsea are 2-0 up. It's such a good free kick, though. Looking at that free kick from Marcus Alonso, it's an absolute perler of a free kick. An absolute perler of a free kick. Is all you're saying, Barnby? Oh, I actually don't know. You've got a name for someone who's played for a few English sides. Doesn't matter the division, Shah, remember. So, I mean, I guess you could go with someone like, you've got to look at players who have played in lower divisions. I'm just going to give that away as a clue. Potentially, lower divisions. Crouch, Robbie Keane, Barnby. There we go, Shah. You're getting into the spirit of it now. This is all for you at the end of the day. This is all for you. Also, we've got my 2 Chelsea tops up in the background. Although these tops look a lot bigger than I remember them being. But yeah, that one was the one from when Deco used to play for Chelsea. Would you like another clue, Shah? You seem to be struggling a little bit. You can only name like 3 people. We'll give you the other clue. The next clue is I've played 3 times for England in my career. 3 times for England in my career. Who could it be? So someone who's played for 6 clubs, played 3 times for England. So I guess that rules out Robbie Keane. I'm going to give you the clue as well, Shah. He is still playing football. He is still playing football at the top level. That should give you enough of a clue, and then the final clue will unveil all to you. That will be nice and easy for you. Let me just change this one with the final one. Here we go. Is Bellamy one? Yes, please. Yes, please to what? You've already got the next one. I've played 3 times in my career. Come on, Shah. Come on. This is all for you. I'm so bad at this. I know you are, and then you're the one who wanted. I was just going to ramble for 15 minutes and talk about stuff. Played 3 times for England in their career, and they have also played for 6 English sides. And the final clue, you should get this one. I am injury prone and scored 12 goals in the Prem last season. So they're injury prone, but they still scored 12 times. Shah, whilst you think about that, I'm going to go refill my drink. I will be back in 2 seconds. Have you got it, Shah? I'm so bad at this. Is the last comment you've actually put. So I'm assuming you haven't got it yet. Welbeck. That's a good shout, actually, Oliver. That is a very, very good shout. But Shah seems to be messing this one up. That's actually a very good shout. I don't know how many English teams he's played for, Danny Welbeck, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. Shah, have you got it yet? Because you're the one this is all riding on, realistically. You're the one this is all riding on. Nah, what? Fraser's back as well, even better. Can you help out Shah, Fraser? The clues are: I have played for 6 English teams. I have played 3 times for England in my career, and I am injury prone and scored 12 goals in the Prem last season. I thought this would have given it away. An injury prone striker, clearly, because they've scored 12 goals last season, who has played 3 times for the national team, and they scored 12 times. I think that's an obvious one. I'm back. Is it Peter Crouch? I don't know. Is it Peter Crouch? No, it's not. They're still playing. I've already given this information as well. They're still playing. Come on. This is not a hard one. This is not a hard one. I'll give you another clue then. He's transferred this season from the club he was playing at. He is transferred. Surely that must give it away. Wilson, that's a good shout, Oliver. A good shout. But we're getting closer. Alan St. Maximin. No. Because he hasn't played for England. Come on, before I unveil it to you, I'm going to give you another few guesses. They've just transferred to a new club as well. Ings. Oh my gosh. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Ings. Finally, man. Finally. For that, Shah, for taking that long, you've got to go and share it. You've got to go share this stream because you took that long to get that. You've got to go share this stream to whoever it may be. Your aunt, your cat, your dog. I don't care. You've got to go share it with someone because that was painful. Painful. And that does transition me nicely, though, Shah, onto what I was going to talk about. And how many goals does Danny Ings grab this season? How many can you see him getting in this Aston Villa side, who are obviously struggling? They're not really, well, today they've struggled. They're 2-0 down against Watford, which is a shock in itself. The Chelsea players are coming back out and the Crystal Palace players are coming back out, and we'll be back with the football and the action in a second. As you know, I'm slightly behind. As some of the viewers start to come back in. Farhan's in. Farhan, what have you made to the Leicester game so far? 1-0 up. A lovely tidy finish from Jamie Vardy. Never asking for that again, lol. I'm dumb. And Shah, you've got your forfeit of having to share stuff around. And Farhan, hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. If you know anyone who would fancy watching this, be sure to share it with them, mate. I would greatly appreciate it. That would be absolutely fantastic. And we will get back underway here at Stamford Bridge, and Chelsea do get us back underway. It's got to be a better second half from Crystal Palace, a much better second half from Crystal Palace. That was poor, if I'm brutally honest with you. Very, very poor from Crystal Palace in that first half. And Chelsea look like they were cruising, and they need to do something. They look like they've come out a little bit more fired up this second half. Maybe they've got an absolute rollicking from Patrick Viera. I shared it to my nan and sister and brother. I mean, I don't know if you actually did share, because I feel like you're the one person who's disliked this video as well, just because you lost. So there we are. Oh, it's all back underway. It's getting back underway elsewhere as well. Jamie Vardy having a party. Great assist from Ricky. It was a very good ball in from Ricardo Pereira. That's his name. A lovely ball, actually. And Jamie Vardy, clinical as ever. But that's not what we're talking about today. We will keep you up to date with everything going on elsewhere on my one-man Army Talk Sports show, whatever you want to call it, Soccer Saturday show. I've liked Promise. That makes a change. That does make a change for you, Shah. And it does look like Everton have made it 1-1. And it is that man, Richarlison, today. Getting himself on the score sheet. It came from an Everton corner and it was defended okay at the front post, but Everton have just been able to flick the ball back in. Richarlison stayed alive to it. The ball's dropped in over the defenders and Richarlison has stretched out and smashed it into the roof of the net, which does make it Everton 1, Southampton 1 in the other games. And maybe that's where Everton needed to be. I thought it would be with the way that this team is shaping up. And we will get back to the Chelsea game as well now. And if you have enjoyed, be sure to smash that like button for us. Get us up towards 15 likes. We're 4 away at this current moment in time. We are 4 away. Did amazing in the Olympics, Richarlison. He did have a good Olympics, but he is also one of the players who's like a full-on professional in comparison to the others. Because it is supposed to be for amateurs, isn't it, the Olympics? That's another free kick, though, for Chelsea. In a dangerous position. Oliver, you must be fuming, man. You must be fuming at the amount of free kicks that Crystal Palace are giving away here today. They are giving absolutely tons wrong. Oh, just over from Marcus Alonso. He fancied his chances again, about 20 yards out, and he really did fancy his chances there. And it's just gone over the crossbar. Marcus Alonso, though, has got he's got the taste for goals, hasn't he? Palace have been great, says Fraser. Exactly. They've not been very good today, have they? As the goals are flying in across the Premier League today. Shah, I got a question. Did you dislike? He probably did. Did I get Andy Carroll correct? My hotel connection is bad. It was Danny Ings who the player was. Christian Benteke warming up for the second half. Maybe that's what they need, a focal point, because they've not really had anyone to hit. Mateta has been dropping in a little bit deeper. Ayew, we've seen trying to drive out from almost a wing-back position. So they've really been kept back in here, Crystal Palace. And unfortunately for Crystal Palace, it has seen them go 2-0 down and in the first half. It wasn't a great first half. Mendy wouldn't know he was on the pitch. If Edouard Mendy had gone in at 20 minutes, you wouldn't have known he was on the pitch. And that shows how far out of the game Crystal Palace have realistically been. Mason Mount here tries to get past Riedewald, but he is blocked. And Crystal Palace regain possession. Mitchell, lovely. That's better from Crystal Palace. A lovely bit of interchange there, but they've had to go all the way back. I thought there was going to be a foul there from Crystal Palace. I swear on my nan's life. Brilliant. Alonso looks really, really at it today. Proper ratting about, getting himself in, getting up close and personal, and really putting a shift in. Crystal Palace are warming up a few players now, making sure that they do something in the second half. They need to make a change. I said I was expecting one at halftime, maybe. They haven't got one at halftime. And so I would expect it in the next few moments. I would definitely expect it. Sam, will you be streaming the Liverpool game? I mean, Shah, if we can get people in the Liverpool game so we can get people engaging, I absolutely will do. That was my intention. I wanted to get to 30 likes, but it's not going to happen today. It's a bit of a quieter stream. It just seems like it's just me and you at the moment, mate. But that's absolutely fine. That is absolutely fine. I'm more than happy to do it. Like I say, I've got nothing better to do, and I'm more engaged in the football when I'm watching it live anyway with the streams, because I don't pick up my phone. I don't. But if we can get people in, ask all your school friends, Shah, surely. Here's Aspilicueta, looks to bend one in with his left foot. Oh, Defended well, defended well. Oh, Kovacic's driving well there, but Jorginho's just recycled the ball there, recycled it. True, exactly. Sure, exactly. It's just me and you. If you have old guests on, more people would come in. Yeah, no, I do get guests on. I had them on for the last couple. I've just not been able to get anyone on at the moment, which is unfortunate. And Josh is obviously, I don't know what Josh is doing, Josh Ring, but there we are. Just a matter of trying to work the algorithm and get myself further up. Further up. I also feel like the market for watch-alongs at the moment is quite saturated. So unless you actually know someone, like you guys know me quite well now, then you're not really going to come back, or you're not really going to stray away from someone like a Mark Goldbridge or someone like that. I would love Jake on, or Jordan, or Louis. Exactly. I'll get them back on. When Louis came, 24 people were in here. Yeah, but that was also a game which is a bigger game, whereas this is just a one game a week thing. So it all depends on the severity of the game. Hi Sam, mate. How are you doing? I'm doing well, thank you, Jonathan. Why is Lukaku not playing? He's had to quarantine from coming in from Italy, as he's been in Italy. So there is still quarantine rules in there. So that is where Romelu Lukaku is. He can't play yet because of COVID. He will be available and probably selected for the second game, depending on how he trains this week. It's not like Tuchel, though, to chuck out Timo Werner and just leave him there. So I'd be surprised. I hope you're excited for Newcastle to return, but that's a lovely ball in behind. Wilfried Zaha, good save, though. Great save there from Eduard Mendy. And Zaha looked better. That looked very, very much better from Crystal Palace. One through ball, though, which killed Chelsea there. And it was a lovely through ball as well. They've cut them apart. Zaha should do better with the finish. A man of his talents. It was blocked by Rudiger, actually, not Mendy. It didn't actually go through to Mendy. Blocked by Rudiger before he could get anywhere. Jonathan's happy because they've got Joe Willock. Even better. Yeah, it looks like it could be a good signing, but you've got to remember that is a purple patch, so don't put the expectations too high that he's going to score 20 goals a season, because he won't. Oh, that drops in for Crystal Palace again, but Jeffrey Schlupp just smacks the ball over the bar from the following corner. Oh my gosh. That looks better from Crystal Palace, though. Chelsea a little bit rattled. Not too bad, but a little bit rattled. Absolutely a little bit. And it looks like Anderson's coming on, but we have had a goal elsewhere. It was one high back up. High back up, does that make sense? One high back up the pitch. And, oh no, it wasn't. What a block that was. I thought that was going to be a goal there. I thought that was going to be a goal in the Leicester game, but it is a fantastic block from Soyuncu to tip the ball over the bar, and Leicester live another day in front. They are living a little bit dangerously, though, Leicester. They lost the ball high up. It's Joachim Andersen and Christian Benteke coming on. Jonathan thinks Crystal Palace might get relegated. And another good block, apparently, in the Burnley game. So it's all going off everywhere. And if you are new, smash that subscribe button and keep up to date with everything going on. I'll try and do that anyway. Jonathan thinks Crystal Palace might get relegated. I'm not sure. It depends on how Viera settles in. If Viera settles in well, then there's absolutely no chance of it in my opinion. But who knows? We've seen stranger things, haven't we, Jonathan? We most certainly have. Oh my gosh, Chalobah's absolutely skipped by the midfielders there. Really opened up some space. Brilliant from the young man. Here's Rudiger now driving out on his left centre-half roll into the feet of Pulisic. Back into Kovacic. Into Rudiger again. Rudiger goes wide to Alonso. Alonso drives a little bit before rolling into Mason Mount. Alonso again. Trying to work a little bit of space to whip a ball in potentially. He does look to get it in, but Joe Ward's blocked at that front post. Sam, Arsenal next week, thoughts? Who do Arsenal have next week, Shah? Is my first question. I tell you what, Watford are pushing for another goal. Wouldn't surprise me. They've got the wind in their sails, haven't they? they have got the wind in their sails. It looks like, oh, my legs are getting caught on my chair. That wasn't what I was meaning to say. It looks like, is it Mateta coming off for Christian Benteke? It is. And we've also got another substitution, which I'm assuming is Anderson. Oh, is it Chelsea? Yes, Arsenal next week. Crikey, I didn't realise it was next week. I thought we had City. Or is that the game week 3? Jeffrey Schlupp is coming off for Anderson, so that'll solidify that defence, or at least I'll hope it will do. I mean, Arsenal are a difficult team to look at, really. That was nowhere near a full strength Arsenal side that played last night and played so awfully. I don't know what to make of it. I really don't. I think they're in trouble. I think they need to get stuff sorted, and if they haven't got Lacazette and Aubameyang back, I do really fear for them, especially if they're going to play like that every game, because that wasn't great. Why has Josh not come on here today? I bet he's crying because Villa are getting beat. I don't know what Josh is up to. I've not caught up with him for a few days. I'll have to get caught up with him. Now you have Arsenal next week. Then week 3 you have Liverpool. That's who it is. I'm getting myself confused. There seems to be so many big games going on at the beginning of the season this year, and I'm just getting absolutely pulled apart here. And I'm like, I don't know who's going who's playing where, who's doing what. But it is still Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 0, and it will give them confidence to go into this game against Arsenal off the back of a win, obviously off the back of the Super Cup as well, where we won on penalties. So it's needed. It's most certainly needed, and that's the important thing. And Shah says it. My stream has just chucked itself out here, Shah. So you're going to be more up to date than I am. My stream has just crashed, so I'm going to have to try and get that back on in a second. It keeps freezing for some reason at the same moment every time I try and play it forward. Not quite sure what's happening here, so I'm a little bit behind. Oh, hello, change of scenery, exactly. Why won't you just... Oh, this is annoying me. It is annoying me, this, isn't it? Come on. Come on. I keep just watching the same bit over and over again because my stream won't load. This is beautiful. This is sadness. This is absolute sadness. According to Shav, it is 3-0 though, and Trevor Chalobah, I do believe, is the player who has got the goal. Palace falling apart here. If I can get my stream to load, it'd be absolutely brilliant, but apparently I can't, which is as if I've paid for this and it's just not playing. Brilliant stuff, isn't it? Brilliant. What an absolute joke. Play. The beauty, eh? The beauty. I just keep watching the same minute over and over again, and I don't know why, but this, I've managed to find a streaming website that's actually streaming it, so we're going to have to load it back up again, and that is the... I don't know what's going on. Why can't I've paid for the stream. Let's have a look then. Trevor Chalobah. Oh, what a finish that is from Trevor Chalobah. At least I got to see the goal. What a goal that is from Trevor Chalobah. Now the other one, now the stream, the illegal stream or whatever it is, goes down. But what a finish that is from Trevor Chalobah. From about 25, 30 yards out. It is a lovely finish from the young man. That's better than Tomori's against Wolves, I think. If I'm being brutally honest, I think that is better, and that is 3-0 to Chelsea, and they look like they're home and host. They really do. What a fantastic finish. A fantastic finish from the young man, and that'll put a smile on his face. He thought maybe, today they're probably talking about Mason Mount being the one who's going to score the goals out of the youngsters, but no, it is Trevor Chalobah who's made it 3-0 to Chelsea. 3-0. And... oh my gosh, what a finish that is from Trevor Chalobah. I can't even say his name. It's Trevor Chalobah. Trevor Chalobah. Oh my god, that's like Trevor Chalobah. What a tongue twister that is, eh? What a tongue twister that is. Right, let's get... Come on, load back up, please. I am really struggling. I don't know what's going on here. But it is 3-0 to Chelsea, and that is the most important part. It is a very, very good goal. A very good goal. Let's get this stream to 30 likes. Just call him Trevor from GTA. I mean, I'm not sure he really looks like Trevor from GTA, but if you say so, let's try. Oh, what is going on here, man? What is going on here? What is going on? Everything's going. What a shambles. What a shambles of a stream, eh? There we are. We're back up. We're back up and running. Hopefully it doesn't drop out. Hopefully it doesn't drop out. I think it's just my internet, Shah. I think it's my internet. It's not been very good. Oh, blocked nicely. Zaha looking to create something there, but blocked nicely by Aspilicueta. It is a corner. I would say it's the first corner of the game for Crystal Palace, but I couldn't tell you because I've just missed about 5 minutes of the game trying to get it back on. That's frustrating. Absolutely frustrating. Werner's looking towards the bench for some reason. Not quite sure why. Or is he just marking his man? You can never tell with Timo Werner. Probably misses the target anyway with it. Riedewald looks to whip one in. Oh, he's missed it. It's sailed all over the top, straight over the top. They look to whip it back in. Good save from Mendy. Very, very good save from Edouard Mendy there. Very good save. It is still, the scores elsewhere are still the same, as you can see scrolling across the bottom of your screen at the moment. Good save. Very, very good save. Shah, I'm just on his goal now because nothing's working for me. So Chelsea win probability 98% to 1% Crystal Palace. Like, why do we need to know that stat? We just don't. We can work that out because it's 3-0 to us. I think we can work that one out pretty well. Pretty well, if you ask me. If you could all do me the favour, if you haven't already, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. Sam, where did Chelsea get that Trevor Chalobah from? He's been in our ranks. That's where he's been, Jonathan. He is another graduate of the Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, Reece James batch of players. He is in the same year as them, and he is another graduate. So very exciting times for people around Chelsea, and obviously Tomori was another one as well, I do believe. I don't know if he was the year above, though. But it was a fantastic finish from Chalobah. A lovely strike. I mean, from there, why not? It was about 20, 23 yards out, pinged it into that bottom corner, and it's a fantastic finish from the young man. And it'll fill him with confidence, won't it? That's the best thing for him, really, to fill him with confidence. Crystal Palace, though, they're going to look to try get back on the ball again, but that's well won again by Chelsea. And if Pulisic might have been able to get Werner through there, but it was a poor pass from Pulisic. Sam wants some Pringles. I'll have Pringles. Is Tammy still leaving? Very loaded question, that one, Jonathan. I don't actually know. There's rumours, obviously, of him going to Roma. There's rumours of him going to Inter. There's rumours of him going to Atlanta. There's rumours of him going to Arsenal, West Ham. I don't know. I don't know. He'll be realistically playing third fiddle, won't he? Maybe even fourth fiddle behind Havertz as a striker at Chelsea. So it looks like he will go. It's a shame that if he does go, because I personally don't want him to go. I think he's a fantastic footballer, but he's just a little bit clumsy. And unfortunately, he doesn't quite mould to the style of play that Chelsea prefer and have at the moment. Lovely ball in behind from Chalobah into Werner. Werner, oh. What is that? What is that? Is that a cross? Is that supposed to be a cross? I am convinced that's supposed to be a shot from Timo Werner, and it's gone well wide. That was not good. Reece James is coming on for Captain Fantastic, Cesar Azpilicueta. Armband goes over to Jorginho now. And will Callum Hudson-Odoi leave? I don't think so. It's unlikely. I don't think we could get much money for him now, unfortunately. Reece James is just coming on for Azpilicueta. And I don't know if he's in the plans of Tuchel, though. I really don't. He's kind of like a backup right wing back at the moment, which is a bit weird. So I don't know, Jonathan. I really don't know. That's the best thing I can say for that one, mate, is I don't know, because I think he's wasted at right wing back. I think he's very good at dribbling. He didn't have a very good night, though, against Villarreal midweek, but who knows? Will Chelsea get a fourth? I think my prediction was 3-1, which wouldn't surprise me. Get this to 30 likes. Josh wants a stream later on. If you guys do want a stream, I can get that sorted. But like I say, maybe need a little bit more support on the stream if we are going to do another one. Obviously, it is a time-consuming thing, but I appreciate everyone. Oh, Chalobah's skipping by players here. He's full of confidence. I do appreciate everyone who is on the stream right now. And if you haven't already, be sure to smash that like button for me. Kovacic spreads it out to Mason Mount. Sorry, I genuinely could not tell that was Mason Mount until he shaped to shoot there. Alonso's been able to regather the ball. Number 8 of Mateo Kovacic here. Kovacic into Jorginho, who's now got the captain's armband. Here's Rudiger. Christiansen, another graduate, by the way. Another graduate of our academy, Christiansen. So I think we got, what, three on the field? Christian Pulisic trained with us as well when he was younger. What a ball that is from Kovacic. He's played it in behind there. That's a poor ball in the first place, in the first instance from Timo Werner, and it has gone behind for a corner. I heard that Nicky Hawaii. What? He's leaving too. Oh, I don't even know who that is, Jonathan. I really don't know who that is. I thought you were trying to troll me then for a second. I genuinely, unless I've not heard it, and I don't know. I don't know who he is, if I'm honest with you. I think Crystal Palace are looking to get rid of a few of the older players and bring in some of the new ones. Another corner from Chelsea, cleared away though at the front post. Mason Mount's corners today haven't been very good, if I'm honest with you. Needs to be working on them in training. He's been a long way from the desired corners, and the corners which we had last season, which Kurt Zouma profited off on 4 or 5 occasions. It's really not been very good for Mason Mount in that sense today. He's been a little bit quiet, maybe still trying to find his feet. But here he is now on this left-hand side, outside of the foot cross. Wrong decision there. Should have used his left foot. Jorginho at the edge of the box. Can he shape to shoot? No, he can't. 3-0 Watford is the chat is saying. It looks like it's 3-0 Watford. I'm waiting for mine to update to show me the goal, and then I will tell you who has scored. But 3-0 Watford against Aston Villa. Aston Villa fans were one of the most positive fan groups before the season started. Looks like the momentum and the hype around Aston Villa will soon to be taken out of this team, because that is not a good performance. And I'm getting to see the goal here from Watford, and it is 3-0 confirmed. Going down the left-hand side, lovely cut back in, and oh, what a delightful finish that is from, I can't even see who that is, but what a lovely finish, bent into that far corner from, is it someone called Hernandez or something like that? But what a lovely finish. What a lovely finish that is at that back post, and an absolute thing of beauty. And it is 3-0 to Aston Villa, to Watford 3-0. Right, let's get going. What a day it's been for Watford. I tell you what, Watford are absolutely flying. I bet they wouldn't have expected that at the start of play. Well, I can't even say I bet they wouldn't. It's been absolutely sensational, but we've got another goal rush alert here. And what is this? It is 3-1. What a finish that is. Oh my gosh, John McGinn has absolutely rattled that in. What a finish. Hello. They could be on for something here. What a lovely finish that is from John McGinn. Absolutely leathers it into the top corner. And Watford, a second ago, were oh so comfortable. Now, they're just slightly out of reach, but they could be drawn straight back into this game, especially with the talent in that Aston Villa side. Josh will not be happy. No, he won't. He definitely won't. And they've got one back. Oh, my gosh. So just as I said about a fantastic Watford goal, we've ended up with a fantastic goal as well from John McGinn to make it 3-1. Everything's happening here. Everything is happening across the Premier League today. Oh, it's good to be back, isn't it? It's good to be back. Very, very good to be back. Kovacic looks like he's absolutely gliding everywhere. Werner, you're miles offside, mate. Get yourself back on. He's still causing problems, though, Timo Werner, just with his runs. 9 more subs to 400. That sounds brilliant. Thank you for you guys. Pulisic, can he get a shot off? No, he can't. Looks to get one off there, though, like he was pushover. 8 more likes. Crikey, Josh is really rattling the people together, aren't you, Josh? You're trying to get to that 30 likes. What is everyone's favourite non-alcoholic drink? Do people drink stuff that doesn't have alcohol in it? I don't know. Juice. I quite like an orange cordial, if you ask me. It's a bit boring, isn't it? But it's very boring. But there we are. That sums me up to a T, if I'm brutally honest with you. Pulisic nicked very high by Jorginho there. The Phil Foden wannabe. Chalobah rolls it to Rudiger, and Chelsea are just holding onto the ball now. They're not in a rush to do anything, really, Chelsea. But they've managed to win the ball back here, Crystal Palace. They might want to try and notch today, just to give their fans something to cheer about, the few fans that may be there. Shah's favourite drink is water. Oh, God, I bet Shah orders the ham sandwich with a meal deal, doesn't he? I bet that's what he does. He has the plain, boring, ready salted ham sandwich and a bottle of water. I bet that's Shah's meal deal. But there we are. Everton are pushing according to Shah. Shah's on all the games. Non-alcoholic cider and Kinder Bueno milkshake are mine. Kinder Bueno milkshake. That's so random, Josh. Oh, good save by the keeper. Werner looking to pounce in the box there, but couldn't quite. And have Brighton got themselves a goal back? There's been another update here, so let's have a look. They have got a goal back, Brighton. It is 1-1, and it's Neil Maupay who slid in the middle of the goal to get a nice little tap in there. Had to be there to score it, and it is 1, Burnley 1, Brighton 1 as well. Burnley 1. I've got to find it on the list of things now. Burnley 1. There we are. Oh, God, that's hard enough as it is. I can't read them all. If you are just joining the stream, it is Chelsea 3, Crystal Palace 0. We've had goals from Alonso. We might have another one here. Reece James looked to pull it across, defended well, though, so Werner couldn't get on the end of it. From Alonso, Chalobah, young Trevor Chalobah, and also Christian Pulisic. So, been a good day at the office for Chelsea. Haven't had a proper striker score, so a little bit disappointing on that front. But been a good day at the office for Chelsea so far, and Crystal Palace will be a little bit disappointed. Just watching an Everton highlight here. Is there another goal for Everton in this game? And it's a fantastic finish from Doucouré. He spun out at the edge of the box and he's blazed it into the top right-hand corner. And the comeback has been completed by Everton now. They just need to hold on for the rest of the game. It is Everton 2, Southampton 1. So they have come from behind. It was all their own doing, that first goal for Southampton. It was all Everton's own doing. They gave the ball away at the halfway line, but persistency has meant Everton are now ahead. And it's that man, Abdoulaye Doucouré, who has absolutely blazed one into the top corner with an absolute worldie. We've had a couple of them today. Luke Aylin's was a fantastic goal earlier. That one was, and so was Trevor Chalobah's. We've had a lot of good goals. We've had a lot of good goals. Lucas ER7, lovely to have you back in the stream. Josh messaged me on Twitter, and I will let you know what days I am free. 7 more likes, apparently. Josh is really pushing for this. So thank you, Josh. If you know anyone who will enjoy the streams as well, like you do, I think you enjoy the streams anyway. Even that, it's just you come back to bully me. But either way, if you know anyone like Shah who will bully me, then be sure to send them a link and get them on the stream. We are keeping everyone up to date with the 5 games going on at this current moment in time. And we're edging ever closer to 400 subscribers as well. The Liverpool teams will be, well, the lineups will be out sooner rather than later, one would imagine. And I will have to make sure I've got a thumbnail done for that and one of these done as well. But yeah, I'll have to get all of that sorted. And my brothers just text me to say that Queen are touring next year. So the more you know, everyone, the more you know. The Liverpool teams are out and so are the Norwich teams. That could be an absolute goal fest for Liverpool. Well, it could be a goal fest for both teams, depending on how the defence turns out. And Rashika making his Premier League debut for Norwich, but I'm getting distracted. Shah's getting hyped about Burnley. I don't think I've ever seen Shah get hyped about Burnley before, but there we are. It's what the Premier League does to people, isn't it? Everyone's getting excited. Everyone's getting excited about different games. That Liverpool defence looks a lot stronger. Bit of a weak midfield, though, from Liverpool. But if we get ourselves 7 more likes, then we can stream the one later. And, you know, maybe if we get to 25, maybe I'll give it to you anyway. Maybe I'll give it to you and make sure that we get a nice little stream on. But like I say, need to make sure there's plenty of people. 6 more likes, says Josh. He's liked on his dad's phone. Even better, Josh, even better. Chelsea, Crystal Palace, still 3-0 here. It's been a long game for Crystal Palace. A long, long game. My dad supports Burnley. Chelsea with the most passes this season. Well, I mean, that's not hard, to be fair, Venuk. That is not hard. There's been 2 games prior to this. But a very good stat anyway, Venuk. Very good stat. Shah's dad supports Burnley. Wow. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew he was a Dan Ben fan? Chelsea have given away a free kick, though, here in a pretty advanced position. It looks like it could be a decent cross whipped in for them, which could maybe spell disaster for Chelsea. They'll want their clean sheet, get themselves off to a good start. 3 goals, a clean sheet, second place in the league currently as it stands behind Manchester United. 1 more, and it'll be 1 more, and it'll obviously be equal with Manchester United. Apparently, Shah saying it's 2-1 Brighton. I will let you know once we've had this free kick from Crystal Palace. Bit of argy-bargy going on in the box. Have Fulham just received 2 red cards? Have I read that right? Or have they received 1? My phone's just gone off twice to say that Fulham... right, it was a correction of a red card and then someone's been sent off after that. But that's not what we're talking about here. I'm getting really distracted by notifications. Bit of pinball in the box here. Can Crystal Palace get a swing a leg at it? No, they can't. And it's been given a foul on Rudiger anyway. It's been given in, and that'll stop that attack. And it's apparently 3-1 Everton as well, Lucas says. If you are new, Luca, smash that subscribe button for me, buddy. That would mean the world. Let's have a look at this Brighton goal then. Out wide, pulled back in. Oh, it's the same goal. It's almost a picture-perfect same goal there. I think that's Aaron Connolly who's tucked it in. But it's another cross that Burnley have conceded from. It's McAllister, the Scottish-born Argentinian. I thought it was Connolly, who has made it 2-1 to Brighton, and now we're seeing the third goal for Everton, who look like they're really demolishing. What a header that is from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Gets himself his first goal of the season. Remember, Dominic Calvert-Lewin started firing so well and so fantastically last season. He's got himself underway. So has Richarlison. Good day at the office for Everton, and a good day at the office so far for Brighton as well, who are now 2-1 up, who have also come from behind to be in the lead. So goals flying in everywhere. Still 3-1 at Watford, still 1-0 at Leicester as well, with Leicester leading Wolves by 1-0. But Wolves have missed a couple of big opportunities in this game, and it's been unfortunate for them. Adama Traore missing a massive one. I don't need a thumbnail, thank you, Josh. I should be sorted. 33 points for Oliver. I will have a check myself. I mean, I guess Danny Ings didn't get any points, but there we are. Jorginho slips the ball into Kai Havertz, who's just come on. I didn't even see Havertz come on, but he's come on for Christian Pulisic. I'm on 34 points. Mason Mount's got me 6. Leon Bailey's got me 4. And Marty off the bench is on 6. So hopefully someone doesn't play. But Deshimikas is playing, and I would assume Heung-min Son will be playing. So I won't get those 6 points from Marty, unfortunately. But I should get some points from Reece James for a clean sheet, hopefully. Fingers crossed. 8 minutes left to play here at Stamford Bridge. The game looks like it's slowly winding down. Chelsea might want to, go for the throat, show that they are the dominant side, that they're the team that people need to beat. It looks like it's going to be. Shah's got Bruno and Salah, so have I. I think that's a very common double team. Our midfield is pretty much the same by the sounds of that. I've got 5 in midfield, though, and I've managed to stick Son in there as well. But yeah, our midfield is literally the same, Shah, so no wonder we're on like the same points. Oh, lovely ball from Havertz. Havertz finds Timo Werner out on this left-hand side. Can Werner get a ball in? Werner goes down the line. Oh, it's blocked, and that's all it's going to be. It's defended well by Crystal Palace, and Werner maybe should have taken that opportunity earlier. Venuk, if you haven't already, be sure to go and join the FPL League. It is in the description down below. Just like Spurs, I've bottled this week's FPL. That's because you didn't change your team, Josh. That's your silly fault. I think Lukaku will chuck a spanner in the works, though, when he's officially able to play. I think he'll chuck a spanner in the works, and then people will have to reshift their teams. I was going to say shift their teams, but reshift their teams as well. 25 likes, we're edging ever closer. Maybe we'll get the stream sorted. Maybe we will. Chelsea with 5 minutes here left to play. The game really is winding down now. Crystal Palace have been disappointing. I was expecting them to come out all guns blazing. Maybe the substitutions would have been a bit more positive in terms of the impact they have. It's not really been that positive so far. Lukaku's Chelsea number, he hasn't got one as of yet. He's yet to get one. I'm thinking maybe they're looking to move on Tammy Abraham so he can get number 9. Emerson looks like he's coming on for Chelsea right now. Up front got Pookie and Lukaku, Shadows. That's such a weird combination, Shah. That is possibly the most weird combination. I've got Tony and Ings. So, still not done very well anyway. I think I've joined the FPL. All right, Vanuk. We'll see who comes out on top. You mean Ballon d'Or winner Emerson? Yes, that is who I mean. Ben Chilwell still yet to make an appearance for Chelsea since the Euros. We're just watching Marcos Alonso's goal as he gets subbed off. A fantastic free kick. Jorginho knew it was in before it even hit the back of the net by the looks of that celebration. A lovely, lovely finish, I must say, from Marcos Alonso. And he started off the goals, and now he's getting a standing ovation from the crowd at Stamford Bridge for a very, very good performance. And Emerson will get himself 6 or so minutes on the pitch. I've got Tony and Ings. I took out Richarlison. I was gonna put Richarlison in as well, so I'm a little bit gutted in that sense. But there we are. Unlucky, isn't it? It is unlucky, but it's the way the cookie crumbles. Why does everyone got Ings? Because he's cheap. That's why. And there aren't, to be honest, there aren't too many strikers you can really go for. When I did my team, Lukaku wasn't officially at Chelsea. So then you've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who had a injury doubt. You have Richarlison. There really isn't many strikers because the likes of Salah, Sterling, they aren't down as attackers, they're down as midfielders. Which means you can't shift your money around as easily. You have to pack the midfield, and if midfielders don't score, it makes it difficult. But at least Bruno Fernandes has got us all a hat-trick today. Pukki is cheap, and he is top goal scorer. Top goal scorer of what? He scored 5 goals in the last time he played in the Premier League. He scored 5 times. I'm thinking of putting Lukaku in for next weekend if he is playing. That's the big thing. I don't know if he will play next weekend. I don't know if Thomas Tuchel will give him more time. I'm thinking about doing it week 3 and stuff like that. And maybe there's talk as well. I'm thinking of doing an FPL draft as well. So we'll need people to be involved in that. And Oliver put Tony in, huge mistake. I mean, it wasn't a huge mistake. He had a very good game last night, Ivan Toney. He just didn't get an FPL good game, which is obviously what you want, really, isn't it? But it was a good game last night from Tony. He bullied the defenders. Very, very good. What's a draft? It's like, in the NFL where people pick, where you go through one player to everyone picks one player. And you can't pick someone else. So if I pick Werner, you then can't pick Werner. And you've got to be a bit more strategic, and then everyone's got to actually think about who they're picking rather than everyone having Bruno Fernandes and Salah in the team. You'll end up with one person with Fernandes, one person with Salah, one person with Son, and then it's a matter of that. Yeah, Tony was man of the match. Yeah, he had a good game, didn't he? I've Wood from Burnley, should have put him on the bench. Probably, yeah. I've got Mendy as goalkeeper. That is a good shout. I never like to put Chelsea defenders in, though. Chelsea goalkeepers. I don't like to double up with my defender. I've got Reece James as my defender. So I don't like to double up on that one. We are 1.5 minutes away from the full-time whistle here. All the scores remain the same as they were. Scrolling across your bottom, across the bottom, not your bottom. Right now, they're all staying the same at this current moment in time. Aston Villa haven't been able to push on by the looks of things and get a late goal. Oh God, Crystal Palace. This has been a boring second half since. Oh, that was a bit better. A lovely lofted through ball. Benteke tried to channel his inner Robin Van Persie there, and he's absolutely pinged it over the top. And he's got an all right connection with it. I mean, it was a hard opportunity to take anyway. And I think he's just hoping there, because he's hit it across the goal, that if he hits it across goal, someone else can run in on it. But it doesn't look like that's been the case. And it's gone out for a Chelsea goal kick. And that was probably the highlight of Crystal Palace's game, as Havertz gives away a foul there, trying to get round, I believe, Tyreek Mitchell. Caught in 4K, no. Crystal Palace look like they're starting to threaten now, and they've only left it 90 minutes to start and threaten. Fantastic stuff, really, from Crystal Palace. You'd think you'd start from minute 1 rather than minute 90, but who knows? Maybe Patrick Viera has got an absolute lethal tactic involved, but who knows? I know, and it's not that. Everyone's just telling their sus Sam. Last minutes now, no more goals. It does look like the games are winding down, and a few good starts to the season for a few teams. A bit of a wobble for Everton, wasn't it? And a bit of a massive wobble. A bit of a wobble was an understatement for Aston Villa. Massive wobble. Massive, massive, massive. Stream Newcastle versus Norwich, or we expose you. Well, you exposed yourself. I mean, I didn't expose myself for anything. Kovacic rolls the ball out wide into Mason Mount. Mason Mount finds the feet of Emerson. Not a good return ball, though, to Mason Mount, and it's easy to defend from Crystal Palace. And Rudiger gives away a foul. And looks like Crystal Palace are going to take it long, looking for Zaha. Zaha up against Chalobah. Chalobah does really, really well. My man of the match today, Chalobah. I think he deserves all the praise he gets from this game. He's kept Zaha quiet all game long. And, of course, he's scored himself a very, very good goal as well. Full-time at Stamford Bridge. I'm about 10 seconds away from getting to full-time, but it is Chelsea 3, Crystal Palace 0, and that will mark the end of today's stream and the first of the Premier League season. And if you have enjoyed, like I said, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe. I don't know how Josh Wilco's got us up to 25 likes, but thank you to everyone who has liked. And if there are any new subscribers, I've not actually checked my phone at the moment, so I am none the wiser. But it has been a good day for Chelsea. Chelsea start off their Premier League campaign with a massive 3-0 win. Goals coming from Christian Pulisic, Marcus Alonso and Trevor Chalobah. 2 really good goals, one from Marcus Alonso and one with Chalobah. I totally forgot what his name was there, but I'm just going to wait a second because they're playing a highlight here, and it's just the final few minutes of Wolves and Leicester. And I'm wondering what's actually going to go here because they're showing it to us for some reason. And Iheanacho just blazes the ball over the bar. I'm assuming that Leicester are going to be home and hosed here. They've managed to get themselves a corner at the end. Leicester are on the attack. So, like I said, guys, if you can try get us up to 30 likes, maybe I'll consider doing another stream. That will be at bang on 5:30, though, if we do that stream. So be sure to keep an eye peeled for that. It will be at bang on 5:30 when the game starts, so I can get myself prepared. Otherwise, it's going to be a very, very quick turnaround. Thank you to everyone who has watched, and especially Shah, who stuck by it for the whole time. I really, really appreciate all your support, guys. I really, really do. Thank you for watching, and most importantly, guys, stay safe. Cheers.